The Level Up Challenge is starting on Monday week, so September the 1st, and a lot of people have already put in now their challenges and their goals that they've set for the next 8 to 12 to 16 weeks. So it's actually going to be a mad few months, which we are here for. And me and Pa are also literally like in prep. So I'm in a photo shoot prep. Pa is getting married next March, right? I have my photo shoot 2 weeks before his wedding, so I'm going to be absolutely shredded for my photo shoot and that, right? So I start on the 1st of September. I will be going into a long phase of a cut, so obviously I'll have a week off of Christmas, a diet break, but it's literally from a fat loss phase now from Monday week right up until next year. And we'll be sharing tips, like we've a Shedway tip now WhatsApp group, so everyone that's within the shed gets added to this WhatsApp group. We have another thing coming soon of where it'll be like a group where the only thing with WhatsApp is when you add in someone new, all the previous stuff you can't see, right? And that is very frustrating. So what we're what we are doing is soon, I say soon, it's probably going to be in the year, just the way the program is going, we're going to have some group chat where you can see all previous kind of tips and tricks as well, right? But that is coming soon. We're always looking at, fair enough, look, we're working in the business, but we're also working, geez, the truck that came out in front of me again. We're always working in the business, right? But also on the business. That is the key thing. Like even the stuff people don't see, you might see is working in the shed. You don't see the check-ins and hourless in the mornings, and the hourless ins of study. People think when you become like a PT, you're just all in trading. Like that's only where it begins, right? The amount of knowledge that you get, I get different clients every single week with different symptoms, different complications, different illnesses in relation to health. No, we're not a doctor, but we need to upscale, we need to learn, we need to know how to train someone with this or whatever it is, if we don't know, because we're technically, look, we're not going to know everything. And what I quickly realized being a PT, you actually are not a coach, you basically know nothing. If you think you know everything, once you get to a stage when you start as a PT, you know everything, you think you're great, and then you get humbled straight away if you actually know nothing. So that's why you got to keep upskilling all the time, or else you're just going to be left behind. Like I know a lot of PTs that did last a year, 2 years. Thankfully we're here now like 4 years, I think. I've become a PT. I've left Dell over 5 to 6 years, yes, about 6 years ago, I'd say. I did rent a commercial gym, so I just rented floor space, so I wasn't working for this gym. I was working for Shedway since 2021, because I was working from the ground, paying my rent and literally taking in clients, training them. Got like 6 or 7 months experience then, and then I just branched out then my own, right? So online clientele is even building as well. We've got a good few people even joining, and we've a couple of exciting online coaches, online clients that have like very, very, very achievable goals, but very rewarding goals that even for us as a coach that we will help these people achieve, right? At the end of the day, that's like, we're problem solvers. At the end of the day, coaching is all about that, right? I know I go down a rabbit hole, and everyone that knows me in relation to the check-ins I do or the videos I do, I share as much knowledge as I can. I share as much as I think the person will need, whether that's a 30-second check-in or a 30-minute check-in or a 10-minute check-in, right? I get over whatever is needed at hand, right? I try not to waffle as much. Like I could go down rabbit holes left, right and centre, which I slightly do, but it'll put it in the person's head, it'll drive them on, it'll motivate them. It mightn't even be a thing that they might be dealing with now, but in then 2 weeks time they're like, oh, he was on about that last week, whatever. So that's why kind of we do what we do, right? The Level Up Challenge is to get people accountable, right? But also, like, I'm going to be sharing my tips, what I'm doing. Look, my goals are obviously different to everyone else's goals. My goals are to be absolutely the most shredded I've ever been in my life. I will be working the hardest I've ever worked in my life, getting steps. as much cardio as my coach says in the morning, I'm going to get it done, and I'm going to be tracking my heart rate while I'm doing this, so I'm making sure that I'm getting everything, putting it in every single day. My food measured to the gram, right? I mean, if it's 1 gram of rice over, I take out that 1 gram. This is the way it's always been, right? Since I literally joined Alan, aka Method, I've just been constantly making sure that I'm ticking boxes, because I'm over, I don't know how long I'm with him now, probably 16 months maybe. It was March, April, May, what are we now, June, July. It was actually, 17 months. And from me changing up my foods to focus on my workouts, I've actually been off my arthritis medication. So it just shows when you know, you have someone that knows what they're doing as well, and when, you know, that's the key in relation to health. Because if I was taking that methoxide and Simsia, I would be feeling like shit every single day. I wouldn't be able to do as many PTs. I can hand on hand say that. I would just be wrecked. And the same with the Simsia injection. That was just painful to take every week, but it was also very bad for my skin and everything. Like, the amount of stuff that it was doing in the background was crazy. And even like, I went to Lanzarote there this year, first time ever leaving Ireland. If I was on methoxide, I would have to be wearing long sleeve t-shirts, I would have to wear long pants, I wouldn't be able to get sun exposed, because the risk then of skin cancer is dramatically high, and getting there's a lot of different complications to it, right? So just getting back to the old challenge. So I will be sharing what I'm going through. Like I said, my goals are different, right? That's when I went down another rabbit hole. I know the stairway was in your way. I went down another rabbit hole there, but I want to just show what it does. Even if your goal is slightly half or whatever, you'll know what to put in, what the work to do. Let's say if I'm doing 50 minutes cardio, if you have 20 minutes on your plan, what we set, you get that done. If I'm doing whatever X, Y, and Z, how many days I'm training 5 days a week, right? Some people don't have that time. They want to do 3, they want to do 2. It's better, it's good to just even get 1, 2. What I always tell people is, start off, even get out, do 5 minutes, 10 minutes, that'll end up 15 minutes, because it's the hardest part is getting started, right? So it's literally getting out, getting started, getting your workouts in. The reason workouts are crucial, and not just around food as well, is just to help preserve that muscle. And look, nutrition is 100% key, right? In relation to recovery, building the muscle, how we're feeling and all this, but the weight are more, like, it's not more important. I know everyone says at the table, you know, diet is everything, but I mean, intensity is everything, depending on your goal, right? Yesterday I had a massive leg day. Yes, fair enough, it was a long leg day actually, to be fair, because the reason why was, I went into the shed, and it was like there was a sign outside my door, call in there today. I actually shouldn't even be complaining. I'm not complaining about this. I love people when they're getting in and getting new clients and bringing people on my board. It was straight into my leg day. Van pulls in, look for PTs. We're brilliant, we will sort them out. And then I was halfway through the session, another lady just walks through the door, and I was like, fucking hell, it's the first time ever it happened. Delighted though, absolutely buzzing, like, cause you know, I know it takes time, and like, our main thing in the shed, and like online coaches and most people we actually have, it's not even from Instagram. Like, fair enough, I know I kind of, well, I don't really get my personality out too much. I don't know do I do. I don't even know what personality I have, but it's word of mouth. Word of mouth is crazy. Like, people that are saying, like, you know, I don't have a pain in my back anymore. I'm driving a lorry there, I don't have pains and aches in my back and lower hips and all this, right? I've lost, you know, 78 pounds there in a matter of 4 weeks, and you know, they're not even on any strict plan, just pushing on the weights. But when they get into the weights, then their lifestyle changes, because they're like, what's the point of going to the shed, bursting it out, and then actually eating the takeaways and different stuff like that. So it's good, but the key thing, like, I know we've a lot of weight loss clients, right? And I know you'll see some on Instagram, but I need to share the ones even that about their health. We have massive wins in relation to even people being able to walk, get out of bed. You know, I don't know who that was now, but someone obviously knows me. So if you're watching this and you beat me in Camelloch, well, but I did beat that. But what else was I going to say? Yeah, I'm actually, you know what, 10 minutes here. This is probably a YouTube video. I don't even know, this probably won't even go on TikTok, Instagram. I ramble, I said I was driving. I'm actually, where I'm going now at the moment is I'm heading to collect the girlfriend and I'm going to the lab in Newcastle. So I go to the lab every Saturday morning. The reason why is just to get out from at home, change up the scenery, get a workout in a different place. Like I was even saying to Alan the other day, I was like, you know, if I go to the, should I go to the gym more, or where will I go here? He was like, look, I don't care where you train, you're getting the results you're training. All you need to do is train with intensity, push on and keep driving on. It doesn't matter where you train, because I have everything at home. So like everything I'm doing in this lab, I have it at home. I could do it at home as well. So it's not like that I need a gym and that I can't do certain stuff. I can do absolutely everything. But that's the key thing. And I am very, very what you might say, appreciative of the shit that I have at home, right? That I don't have to travel far. I have it, I can get out and push it, right? But people say, oh, you're fair lucky you have the shit outside. I can't, like, yeah, the morning's gone because Jonah's already PT's gone ahead, the evening's gone, PT's. We've a space to the window that I did it before. I booked up PT's through this space, never again, because I was lacking my training. And there's nothing more worse than if you're coming in your PT, it's not really working out or not driving towards his goals, right? So that's why I will always walk the walk. I will always put my footstep out and just keep driving on, because it's like clients come to me, I know what way they feel when they're in a starvation, like not even starvation, when they're cutting down for photo shoots. The last couple of weeks throughout it, the hardship that you just got to pull yourself through it over the line, I know what that is like. I know everything in relation to going quiet when you're doing a photo shoot as well. But you know what, it's a nice experience to have, right, in relation to being able to actually connect with clients. But everyone is different, everyone deals with stuff different, everyone's mindset, everyone's mentality is completely different. Mine has grown and grown every single year. Like, I think it's probably 4 or 5 years that I've got serious in the gym. I've been to a few gyms where John coming in to throw you a few weights, do 3 sets and this, 3 sets and that, and they're gone and they're wandering. Like, you're not really pushing yourself to the intensity there, you're not really tracking, you're not following, you're not pushing weights. So yes, you're pushing on, but you're not. Like where I started out, I did get results shredding down, but I got just lean. I didn't add too much muscle on. But that's what my goal was back then, because I was a boxer. I was actually midway, I was 71 kg boxer, whereas now I'm weighing 97 kg, and I'm actually fairly lean. Like, as you can see, abs, you know, fair enough. It's in my improvement phase, I'm going to have a bit of extra body fat on me, you know, but even my face is actually not too bad. Normally last December was boiled out here. So yeah, that was a crazy time, because I just tried a different coach. He had a different outlook, he had a different push the calories as much as can, pushing the weights. My health nearly took a fucking dip here if I didn't cut him short, which I knew myself. I had to cut him short, and I tied myself up for a small bit, and then I did jump on board with Alan. But if I didn't, I probably would be dealing with eye surgery at the moment, which I have said in previous videos as well on my Instagram and TikTok about the eye surgery. There was stress on my eyelids. Basically, you could see there was like hanging down. The diabetic retina clinic said, okay, they seen certain nerve twitches, whatever, in the back, that you know, so they were kind of observing every 6 months. I'm going next Tuesday as well. That's my next 6 months up again, which it should be a lot better, a lot even better this time, even changing to the injections from the pump, which I will go through again. If I put this on YouTube, which I probably will, drop comments in the questions below, right, that I can come on here and make videos on different stuff, right? Because I'm a type 1 diabetic with 28 years last Wednesday, so the 19th of the 8th 1997, I seen it on a box that the container has it, you know, for the needles. I seen that was the day, right? Which was coincidence. I was just taking a picture the other day, and I was like, oh my god, it's actually 28 years ago today that I was in the ward in CUH. Then brother over in Australia was like, he can remember this day to the T. He was 10 years of age. He can remember going to the doctor, literally was passed out, didn't know what was wrong with me. My GP, Dr. Hurley, saved my life. I don't know how he brought me back, but he brought me back. And then the ambulance took me from Mitchellstown to Cork, And it was funny because my brother was saying it was the fastest time he ever seen my father drive, which was hilarious. But obviously not at the time, because obviously scary situation. You can laugh back now. I've had an incident even in the shed of someone that was going extremely low in the 1.4s, 1.3s. Scary moment. That even opened my eyes even more in relation to needing control over my diabetes, right? But yeah, he's perfect. He was all good. I knew what I was doing. Luckily enough I was diabetic, so I was thankful I was to actually help save that life. And another lad copped it. He kind of knew he was diabetic as well, so he kind of is the one that sparked it to my attention even more, because running the class I was what's going on with this guy, I was thinking, but he had sparked it up quicker. So if he didn't, it was actually his time in saying it. Like, I was thinking, I was kind of, what's up with this guy? And like, obviously being low, right, just giving it all reason, if you're being low, people will think you're high as a kite, as in you're smoking your head off of cannabis or weed, right? That you're so high, you're just pure relaxed, you're dopey, you're not doing much, like, you know, as in going to box, like, going to throw a punch, you're throwing the wrong hand, you're doing different stuff, whatever, right? So it was like, what's this lad after taking? Some other people would have thought in their head, but it was actually, you know, being a hypo. And luckily I had hypo gel in the fridge, and I had 2 of them, thankfully, because I needed them, and then brought him back up, which he did then, sort of high, but he was able to manage that and bring himself back down. So the diabetes there, and I have rheumatoid arthritis. I was diagnosed with it, well, you know what, when I was a kid, I wasn't diagnosed with it. They were saying it was growing pains, osteoporosis, all the crack, right? And I, was took off playing sport for a month. I was 13 years of age because I was playing soccer, football, hurling. It killed me, taking a month off, because I was very, very active in relation to sports. I can't say I was any good, but I loved them, and I kept going, and I was doing training all the time, right? And then when it came to, 14, 15, it was going up along, and then it came to, I think it was 17, 18, when I left school, and then I got it looked at again. I was diagnosed with juvenile arthritis, but then it just disappeared from like 20, I don't know, it was juvenile arthritis at the age of 15 to about 17 actually, and it was when I was going to college at 17, it disappeared. Just completely disappeared. So I was boxing, doing a whole lot, so I had no arthritis. But then when I hit like 21, 22, back with a bang, it actually came back in fucking massively. Then I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis. When I was 15, 17, they were going to put me on the injections. They said that it was the last stage, right? They were like, okay, we're going to throw you on these injections every month or whatever, go to this place, go get it done. And when they said that, it just disappeared. It just vanished out of nowhere, thin air, which was mad. Alright, so then disappeared. So then went back, 21, boom, back with a bang. Tried different stuff, tried different injections, didn't work. Then I was put on Simzia and Metroxid, the strongest, and that did, yes, it did help. I was on a couple of rounds of steroids to calm the actual swellings as well. Hopefully now this winter it doesn't act up as much, because I have my body in a good place. It's going to be the tester, but my rheumatologist did say, look, to ever get rid of it, because he was like, just move abroad in the winter. And I was like, yeah, funny it was that easy. Just take off, go abroad, and come back then in the summer and warm months here. I'd never be back. But that's what he said. If I'm dealing so bad, you literally, it's the heat that you need to get out. That's why when I went to Lanzarote, even when I went to physio there 2 weeks ago, everything rubbed out so quick, so easy. Like, the body was in a good place. The reason why was the heat. It really stands us. Unfortunately, we don't get too much in Ireland, as you might not see, but it's rainy at the moment here after a fine week. But sure, look, we can't complain too much. There's no point complaining. I'm getting nothing for it in here. Right, I think I'm going to wrap up this. Ask questions below if you want to know anything in relation to like diabetes, rheumatoid arthritis. I wouldn't really say I'm a bodybuilder. Well, obviously I'm just doing photo shoots. I don't know anything about stepping on stage yet. I haven't made up my mind on that yet. I don't know what I do want to do for experience. It's something I'll get through my photo shoot first, see what way my condition is, see what way we're looking, But I've been to a couple of these shows in Ireland, and the lads on stage are monsters. They are absolutely crazy. Like, and fair play to them, I would put my hands out. They are absolutely incredible. It's like they've been working since they were like 5 years of age, pushing weights in the gym, because they have incredible physiques. Right. Also, I'll leave one drop thing here. I will explain about my sleep test in the next one, and I'll go into more detail. So if you enjoyed this video and actually lasted listening to hear me ramble on, be sure to subscribe, like, follow, whatever platform this is on, right? And I will come back with another one. I'm going to try and get out a few of these as well, because I found a nice little place at the top of my steering wheel that the phone just sits down. I don't think it's moved, so if you're hating the steering wheel moving over and back, that's fair enough. But I literally have no car thing at the moment, because when I just plug the phone in, it's just Apple CarPlay opens up anyway, so I actually don't need to have the phone in my hand, which is good, because obviously when you're driving, you shouldn't be on the phone. It's alright me talking, because I'm still concentrating on the road, I'm not looking at my phone. Right, I will chat to you soon. Drop questions below if you have any questions for me. If you're one of my clients or anything at all, just even say anything below, and yeah, I'll see whether I'll keep these going or not. If there's interest in these, I actually quite enjoyed making this now, to be honest. I'll see what way it sounded, because obviously I left my mics at home. It wasn't planned, it was a last minute, not even last minute, it was just a throw on the video, start rambling, and that's what we did. Right, so week 1 of prep starts next week. I will be documenting that as well, probably talking videos as well, just to see my progress then, even over the next couple of weeks, couple of months. Right, I have been working since 2 years for this photo shoot. The road to 30 is literally coming in close. I am 30 on the 26th of February. I said I was going to smash any physique that I ever had, and the work has been done in my improvement phases. I have brought up my chest, I have brought up my shoulders, even my legs. I have done my arms brought up. I have every single muscle group brought up from my last photo shoot. But now it's to get that extra, well, it'll be coming close towards the end, to focus on that extra condition where I've never been in my life, of like razor blade shredded. Right, chat to you soon.